Gloo has been crawling his way back into the spotlight as one of the most annoying and dominant tanks in Mobile Legends right now. His sticky skill set, insane sustain, and teamfight disruption make him a nightmare for most players. But here's the thing, you don't have to fear him. The secret to beating Gloo isn't brute force, but rather knowing the right heroes to pick. So stick around because today we're breaking down the best heroes that can shut him down effectively. What if I told you that countering Gloo isn't about brute force, but about picking the right heroes who completely ruin his gameplay? That's right. No matter how annoying he is, certain matchups flip the script entirely. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome back to Mobile Legends News, your go-to channel for updates, strategies, and pro-level tips to help you win more ranked games. If you've ever felt helpless against Gloo, stay tuned because this is for you. Facing Gloo in your ranked games can feel like a frustrating uphill battle. His skills revolve around sticking to enemies, spreading his goo-like stacks, and regenerating massive amounts of health through his passive. The real kicker is his ultimate, Grab, where he attaches himself into a target, healing massive amounts of HP and dealing continuous damage. This can easily disrupt your backline, dragging marksmen and mages right into the danger zone. Unlike other tanks who simply soak up damage, Gloo thrives in diving deep and turning every fight into chaos. He's hard to kill because he constantly heals from every hit when his stacks are active, and even if you burn through his HP, his ultimate makes him even harder to pin down. In low-ranked games, players often underestimate just how much sustain he has, and in higher ranks, he simply becomes a terrifying frontliner who forces you to waste resources trying to peel him off your carries. What makes him even more problematic is that standard strategies don't work well. Bursting him down? Difficult, since his sustain can outlast most combos. Ignoring him? Well, that's just dangerous, because his CC and disruption can dismantle your formation. Fighting him head-on usually means wasting skills and cooldowns while the enemy damage dealers clean up the fight. That's why knowing the right counters is important. Some heroes don't just survive Gloo's pressure, they actually punish him for overcommitting. These heroes have the tools to burst him faster than he can heal, control him before he controls you, or simply bypass his sticky mechanics. Understanding which picks shut him down can completely change the flow of your ranked matches and turn Gloo from a nightmare into just another tank you can outplay. When Gloo slides into the battlefield, it feels like dealing with that one kid at a birthday party. You know, the one who wouldn't stop sticking gum under the tables. He's clingy, disruptive, and somehow manages to ruin everyone's fun if you don't have the right tools to handle him. But don't worry. Mobile Legends is full of heroes who thrive on making Gloo regret ever stepping into lane. And today, we're diving into 3 of the most satisfying counters who turn Gloo's gooey chaos into his own undoing. First up is Faramus. If Gloo is a clingy blob, then Faramus is the exterminator who shows up with a vacuum cleaner and says, it's time to clean up this mess. His second skill is a nightmare for Gloo because of how it bounces damage between targets. Normally, Gloo's ultimate gives him insane sustain as he turns into multiple little blobs and heals up faster than your phone battery drains on Wi-Fi. Most players panic when they see this, but Faramus actually gets excited. Here's why. Every time those goo minions appear, Faramus' skill becomes a bouncing nightmare, ping-ponging damage from one blob to another like a chain reaction of firecrackers. Instead of Gloo turning the fight into chaos, Faramus hijacks the moment and uses it to roast him alive. Think of it like Gloo throwing a house party only for Faramus to crash it with his boombox that blasts so loud that walls shake. The very thing that makes Gloo scary, his split form, becomes the reason he melts. Even casual players have noticed this interaction. On Reddit, one gamer perfectly summed it as Faramus can delete him instantly once he splits. It's even better if Gloo splits near his allies. That way Faramus' skill 2 can bounce off the little goo babies and to the other enemies. And the real kicker here is that not only does Faramus punish Gloo directly, but he also drags down anyone foolish enough to fight near him. Imagine Gloo proudly splitting into 12 little blobs, only for Faramus to say, thanks for the free damage, and wipe the entire front line. Faramus turns Gloo's strongest moment into his weakest. It's like watching someone try to flex at a gym, only to pull a muscle and collapse in front of everyone. It's brutal but hilarious. Next is Vexana. If Faramus is the loud exterminator, then Vexana is the cold, calculated ghost queen who turns Gloo's gimmick into a self-destruct button. Her passive ability is one of the most dangerous counters to Gloo because every time she kills one of his split pieces, it explodes, dealing significant damage around it. Suddenly, Gloo's proud army of goo minions becomes a field of landmines waiting to blow up on his face. Picture this. Gloo activates his ultimate, scattering across the map like an angry toddler throwing slime toys everywhere. Vexana, with a sly grin, starts picking them off one by one. Each piece she kills detonates, chaining explosions until Gloo is essentially nuking himself. It's like handing your enemy fireworks and watching them light the fuse while standing in the middle of the pile. Even better, those explosions don't just hurt Gloo. They also deal splash damage to his allies, meaning his team has to scatter or risk becoming collateral damage in his goo meltdown. Players have noticed this for a while now. One Mobile Legends fan described it perfectly. Her passive can be used when Gloo is splitting into 12 pieces, dealing very huge accumulated damage for every dying piece of Gloo. Another added, the bane of my existence is Vexana, because her passive applies to the mini-goos, which turns him into a thermonuclear bomb to his own teammates. And honestly, that's exactly what it feels like. Gloo transforms into a walking disaster zone, and Vexana is the one holding the detonator. Vexana doesn't just counter Gloo, she humiliates him. While most heroes scramble to survive his stickiness, he casually turns his mechanics into a liability. Imagine a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, only for Vexana to step in and blow up the rabbit along with the hat. It's ruthless, it's overkill, and it's absolutely glorious. When you compare Faramus and Vexana, you realize they're two sides of the same coin, both designed to make Gloo's life miserable. Faramus thrives when Gloo tries to flex his numbers, bouncing damage across his blob army until he's shredded. Vexana, meanwhile, punishes him for even thinking about splitting, detonating his fragments like cursed fireworks. Together, they create the perfect storm, turning Gloo into a living comedy sketch where every punchline ends with him exploding. Think of it like a movie. Gloo is the overconfident villain, storming onto the scene and yelling, "You can't stop me!" Faramus is the witty hero who disarms him with clever tricks, while Vexana is the terrifying anti-hero who makes sure the villain gets blown to bits in spectacular fashion. The end result? Gloo goes from terrifying raid boss to clown act in record time. But when the smoke clears and the teamfight hangs in the balance, nobody outclasses Claude as the ultimate Gloo counter. Imagine Gloo lunging in, thinking he snagged the snack, and suddenly Claude's there like a phantom, weaving in and out with the grace of a glossy panther. According to One Esports, Claude stands head and shoulders above the rest when it comes to shutting down Gloo's obnoxious shenanigans. Claude's toolkit is built like a rebellion against stickiness. His battle mirror image grants him elusive mobility, making Gloo's attempts to latch on feel like toddler's arms swiping at a ghost. While Gloo is busy trying to reconnect, Claude is already unloading Art of Thievery stacks on mini-glues, each one boosting his damage and speed, cutting through Gloo's health pool like a hot knife through butter. Then there's Blazing Duet, which safely melts Gloo down even when he's in his dreaded split form. Just picture Claude as a lightning-fast figure skater sliding around a frustrated Gloo, whose whole stick and split routine is rendered useless. Gloo becomes a sitting duck, exposed, sluggish, and practically begging to be shredded. With Claude's high DPS, mobility, and ability to punish Gloo's mid-split, he's not just the best counter, he's the most stylish one, turning Gloo into gooey confetti with flair. In a critical moment where every second counts, bringing in Claude doesn't just counter Gloo, it humiliates him. So Faramus, Vexana, and especially Claude bring the kind of chaos Gloo can't survive. Faramus bounces damages off his blobs, Vexana turns mini-goos into landmines, and Claude skates circles around him while melting his health away. Mastering these counterpicks isn't just smart, it's game-changing. Know your matchups, pick your counter, and Gloo goes from rank nightmare to laughable fodder. Oh, and don't forget to drop a comment below and let us know who's your favorite hero to take down Gloo, and why. Don't forget to hit subscribe and check out our other videos for the hottest hero strategies and gameplay breakdowns. Till next time.